Hey there, I'm Funk, and welcome to episode 34 of the Backcap with highlights taken from casts on Team Fortress TV. This episode will cover the week of July 2nd through the 9th, and you better believe we're going to talk about the update. But before we do, we'll cover the matches from this week. In ESEA Week 6, EVL Gaming faced off against RONIN. Then after the update, RONIN played against froyotech in the match of the season. ETF2L wrapped up their final week of the regular season with nameLess versus Crowns eSports and Backcap versus Comfortably Spanked. The Premiership playoffs also started this week with nameLess versus LEGO. We've also got a substantial helping of news for you this week before we cover the update. FACEIT ran a few beta cups in the EU, wrech stepped down from Sinful Gaming in NA, and Saloon.tf shut its doors over the weekend. Hey, that's clever. During the week, ozfortress Season 16 was announced and the Pocket Legend TLR put on a froyotech jersey. Following the update, the I-58 prize pool distributions were announced and signups opened. We mentioned last week that FACEIT beta might be rolling out to European players first, and we were right. The past week the system went into beta and Europeans got the opportunity to play in multiple cups for FACEIT points. The system has been consistently improved, so look forward to the beta coming to other regions. Scout wrech of Sinful Gaming stepped down from the team as personal commitments took precedence over his time spent in TF2. The team's roamers stated that the team will look for a replacement and continue to finish the season. Unfortunate news for the community as Saloon.tf made its last call this week before permanently shutting down the website. This decision comes in wake of the class action lawsuit against Valve and their interaction with skin betting sites primarily in CSGO. If you have skins cached on the site, you will have a month to retrieve them before they are forfeit. Check Saloon.tf for the owner's only official statement on the matter so far. We'll kick off our highlights with the final two matches of ETF2L Season 24 with nameLess versus Crowns eSports.
This reminds me of the time when I get heavily bullied at school and then I came home and my dad relentlessly started beating me as well. You know, this is just absolutely destroyed. Any sort of hope that Crowns now had has just probably been completely sucked away from them. Buttoners does jump in, doesn't even get the force on room, but he drops to P-Res. After all of that beautiful dodging and surfing, he still drops anyway. P-Res hits Permzilla as well with another headshot. So I think they're just going to try and go for Kaya now. He was sitting just on 10 HP. Happycool's going for the big pallies. He does take out P-Res as well, but he's not able to clean up everybody else.
The season has been a bit of a flop. Stark picks up Buttnose again on the flank, but Captain and Raymond are coming in from Haunter on Kaya's so weak and he gets him.
That was
he gets him with that
rocket.
Final rocket, which just I think clipped on the side of the bridge and splashed. That was great stuff from Captain.
Completely. I mean, Captain's going to get taken down in-house, which probably isn't the best thing, but...
Yeah, I don't understand his positioning there. I think he was expecting the team from Crowns to be going back to deal with Stark and thought that he'd have some safe positioning in-house. Drak has managed to find the trade with Ams, has not actually died either. He's stayed alive and he's going to be able to block mid while Stark's on the back cap. Huge plays from Drak there, actually. That was really well done. And he has blocked enough time for Stark to win that one and go all the way to last because there's nobody spawning.
Probably it.
That is the round.
Ams is spawning in 3, but he's not going to get there in time at all. That was just so well played. I was watching him the whole time. As soon as Bevan, he was sitting on the Spire originally, and as soon as he dropped off to go help his team, started just replacing him, and then that was it. Choke. I mean, I've got this funny feeling that something's awful is going to happen for Crowns because everything does seem to be going terribly. Oh, wow, would you look at that? That's it.
The Prophet! What is going on? How did you know?
I don't know, it's like someone's telling me something in my ear. I just sense it, you know? Well, it's Crowns, it's predictable. Oh my god, and he's just gotten P-Res as well. But I don't know what's happening in this game anymore. This is like when Highlander players play against pros. It's just embarrassing.
In the last few minutes, this has gone a little bit pear-shaped. It's
oh my god,
just Stark ripping through people.
Gave up hope as soon as Partner's killed himself. Trying to do a skip jump, to be honest. He's the person that sort of has been playing really well for him previously. Oh my goodness.
Sam's just killed himself by walking onto a roller, and now Stark is getting a headshot onto a smear. Oh, Bevan falls as well here. This is a car crash of a push out. Kaya didn't even get into a good enough position to use his Uber charge because all of the mongrel men around him kept dying, but unfortunately the mongrel men can't keep the sniper out either, and down goes Kaya.
Permzilla was subbed in on demo in place of Spud for nameLess, but the team still had no trouble in dispatching their opponents. They started slow on Granary, but then rolled into a quick 5-0. Badlands was an even quicker affair, 5-0 in favor of nameLess in just 16 minutes, dashing Crown's chances at a playoff spot. Comfortably Spanked then faced off against BagZer 5, who were fighting to avoid relegation.
Now there is. The DC will jump in aggressively here. It looks like everyone from BagZer 5 are just looking to get out on mid here, maybe bait people onto the point and then crits back onto them.
There we are. Hank picks up one frag onto Unlimited. Sano jumping in the back lines. Yeah, it was a back-cap attempt, and it's Mr. Epic. He's going to get away with this scot-free. There's no one there to contest him whatsoever, so this is actually putting the food on the table. Mr. Epic secures a round for BagZer 5. Dominant team in Prem. Out of these two, at least. And here we go. Lippy straight on the back lines. Gets off one rocket. Gets off the second. Skeege is going to be paying him his life. That's no medic whatsoever now. And BagZer are in prime position to make some magic happen. Or are they? There's a collapse from the DC picks up a 3K with the stickies. Mad Max serves up on the crates. He's trying to arrow Atomic to try and keep him alive. Atomic stands still. He's actually managed to be brought back out to life. Mad Max gets the frag anyway. Tom now trying to jump onto it. Can they get this frag? I don't think it's going to be doable for him. As they've actually won the middle.
That was
after the back of
insane.
that play from Adiski. If they can really. Vanny also paying his life, but this is looking actually pretty solid for BagZer now. They've got the advantage, Peter.
Yep, that Uber drop was everything. I'm pretty sure Skeeze is mad at his team. Calling
look
him
at,
actual Mongo man. They were supposed to check that, not him.
Look at Spanked.
Yeah.
Positioning.
Yeah, they're holding pretty far back here.
This is it. This is the big back cap of 2016. This is it. They're going to have to get this. They're pulling BagZer back. There's no way they can reach this in time. They're trying to. Mr. Epic is trying to run him down. But Adiski's actually managed to pick it up. Hank's already on the back line. It's not going to be enough whatsoever. Another round just like that. That is a mistake. Straight up. Like, how do you not notice two players going missing?
In a very back-and-forth map, Comfortably Spanked held a solid 6-2 round lead on Granary before BagZer 5 were able to scoop up 2 quick rounds for a final score of 6-4. Badlands hosted very quick rounds going the way of both teams, but after a tied 2-2 after 4 rounds, Spanked were able to pull away and win by a round difference of 7-2. With the final games of Season 22 completed, we can look at how the tables turned out before heading to playoffs. BagZer 5 and PC Master Race will have to fight their way through the relegation in the off-season. Crowns were not able to take the final playoff position away from Happy Farmers, which left Germans up against Perilous and Lego versus Nameless for the first round of playoff matches. For the first of our playoff matches, Nameless took on Lego.
Coming in now. Yeah. Uber's going to be used onto him. He needs to split his damage. And he gets onto Raymond! Oh my god! Just destroys him. Easy pick now, Lego. Off of that, they're going to look to focus Happy Cool here. He's still alive. Big Rocket knocks them all up into the air. They're taking so much damage. Kontinuum's going to go down. Nameless are managing to turn this one around. Oh my god! Huge fight onto Izon. Gets taken down by a rocket from Zen, who runs into Draken Choke, finishes him off. Nameless, oh my god, conquered that fight. Lego just put their hands up in the air and waved at themselves.
Phil, I don't know if you actually saw that, guys, but I think David was looking at a wall, so he might have missed it. But Dr. Phil is in sort of like this awkward position. Raymond is sort of healing nobody, but it doesn't really matter as Spider's being launched. Oh my goodness gracious me. That is, oh my goodness, he is Kelly Slater. That is a surf of the season. We need to make that an award.
Nameless won a characteristically slow 2-0 on Gully Wash to take map 1. Map 2 was also a clean sweep for Nameless with a 3-0 on Product, however both maps were much closer than the scorelines would suggest. We'll now move over to ESEA for EVL Gaming versus RONIN.
Passively, Budonsky taking a lot of damage, getting pressured by Scissor, and actually taken down early in the fight. This is looking very good for EVL.
Yeah, Melee coming in, actually nasty here, showing the high five. But the frags are coming through for EVL. It's just Melee here, kind of dancing around by the crate. But, so I really love what EVL did there. They just got so much consistent spam onto Budonsky, completely shut him down on this mid, and the rest of it just kind of fell through.
Get out or something. He's kind of just fighting Strugger here. Takes Strugger down without taking much damage himself. It's going to be Budonsky versus Sen. Budonsky's got that fat stack of heals with Nursey healing the crap out of him. Can Sen take either one of these players down? He is delaying this mid-fight, and he actually drops Nursey. Are you kidding me? Oh my god, Sen making the godlike play, 1v1ing Strugger, winning it convincingly, and somehow managing to drop Nursey.
EVL came out strong, scoring first on Process, but RONIN were unfazed and took the first half 3-1. EVL were able to get one more round, but RONIN took the match 5-2. ozfortress announced Season 16 this week. There will be Premier, Intermediate, and Open divisions. Intermediate and Open will use the Swiss system in a single elimination playoff bracket, while Prem will be the round robin into a double elimination bracket. The league will also now use Citadel, and Challenge will no longer be necessary for regular matches. Signups are currently open and will close on July 14th. The season will kick off on July 17th, so get your team ready and sign up. Legendary Pocket TLR has donned the green and black jersey of froyotech, seemingly in place of Blaze. The team has played one match with the returning Pocket and has swapped Banny onto Scout and Patty onto Roamer. There have been no official statements by the team yet. Hot on the heels of the newest update, the top 2 North American teams played the tightest game ESEA Invite has seen in some time.
And he's going in so deep. Rando loses his life. If they lose 2 players here, which they most definitely will. Actually, Sugar's just jumping around. Can he make the play on a 4-4? 4-4 smartly ducks into forward spawn, and froyotech has a 2-man advantage. They should be able to push out of their last here.
Yeah, Froyo's definitely going to go off of this. Yep, straight through lower, double soldier. Going to completely scatter Ronin here on the point. The Uber is popped. Gonna chase down Froyo. TLR in a lot of trouble. Mele's gonna find him. Patty now in trouble. Free State going down on the side from Young. This is looking really good for Ronin.
Yeah, the 2-man unintentional sack from Ronin proving to be super strong. Can they deal with these stickies on the point with Banny peppering away? They have so much time on the point. Can they cap it off? Ronin ties it up once again. These teams are so evenly matched. This is an unbelievable game we are seeing once again between the top 2 teams in North America. Ronin coming back from an 0-2 deficit. Ronin, and that's going to allow Banny to have a very aggressive peak with little to no risk here. And there's the shot onto Nursey! It opens up the door for froyotech as they come in, get another frag onto Yams. Can they focus down the sentry gun quick enough? Shrugger desperately trying to keep it alive, but Shrugger goes down. Badowski all by himself to defend this last point, and Free State shooting the stickies off the point, and Banny making the massive play for his team to put his team up.
3, Uber is popped. Froyo kind of got this hold on the left side.
They're not getting any time. They're getting a little bit of time. Can they actually edge the point out? Yams gets so much time on the point. They're losing players left and right, though. The heavy in Free State is just being so effective. Postured up on that left side. I thought Yams was actually going to be able to edge off that point, but froyotech successfully defends their last point, and they're going to have to. Ronin's going to have to throw themselves at this last point with 22 seconds left in the game, and Mela realizes that. Coming into this lower left area and being trapped off by Muma. Here comes Shrugger and Nursey. Can they do it with 10 seconds left in the game? I don't see it
This
happening.
Would be an absolute miracle if they're able to convert around here. Froyo's hold here is just absolutely monstrous. They've got the Uber to back it up. And that's going to be the game.
What
Froyo.
a game.
The first half of Process went scoreless, but not for lack of action. Froyotech were able to capitalize on mistakes from Ronin in the second half to carve out a 2-round advantage. Shrugger's impressive play on Sniper gave the momentum back to Ronin, who were able to tie up the game before Banny was able to snipe Nursey and take the game back for Froyo. With that victory, Froyotech has defended their position at the top of the leaderboards. Ronin and Froyo Black remained in positions 2 and 3. EVL Gaming was able to finally break into the top 4. In theory, and Champ GG are not far behind, and the final playoff spot is still very much up for grabs. Sinful Gaming and Sal's Canal round out the bottom of the leaderboards. The I-58 prize pool distribution was announced this week and team registration opened. Registration will be open until August 26th, so you have plenty of time to get a team together if you're attending the event. The prize pool breakdowns was as follows. The full prize pool is £5,000. First place getting $2,500, second getting $1,000, third getting $600, fourth getting $300, and 5th through 8th getting £150. Now for what you've been waiting for. Due to the size of the update, we will only be able to cover balance changes which affect the current state of competitive. Matchmaking is out of beta, and with the revamped main menu, it's never been easier to queue up and take your first steps towards competitive TF2. That is, if the queues actually work. Checks have been added which prevents players with PREC from crashing and receiving abandons. You will instead be stopped from queuing until you have removed PREC from your TF2 folder. Valve also took steps to help players transition away from PREC by updating the demo support feature. There is now an option to only record matches in tournament mode, and an option to delete matches without any recordings, which will keep you from filling up your hard drive after a weekend of gaming. The update added 2 new maps which have been staples of competitive 6's Rotation and Metalworks and Sunshine. Old standards have also been updated with better clipping and bullet blocking on the stairs of Granary and Badlands. New ammo packs have been added to Granary, similarly placed to Granary Pro, and the cap time on Badlands has been increased from 1 to 2 seconds. Miscellaneous rendering and loading issues have been fixed, which have given some players a boost in FPS while using DX9. If you're a HUD maker, make sure to check out the patch notes for details on HUD versioning, which will be required after the update, and a reminder to the rest of you to check for updates on your HUD. Now on to the balance changes. The shortstop was given an alt attack, which is a shove. The The shove pushes opponents back and only works in close range. The weapon's healing bonus was removed and pushback vulnerability was changed to 20%. The cozy camper was changed so that flinch resistance can be only gained when using a fully charged scope shot instead of a passive buff. The spy received an overall buff with a base speed increase from 300 to 320, now running at the same speed as the medic. The enforcer now pierces shields and resistances, making it a counter to the vaccinator. Pyro was also the recipient of a class buff as direct damage from any flamethrower will reduce healing on the target by 25%. Medic got the largest buff of the update as now all mediguns will allow the medic to run at the speed of his healed target, assuming they're faster than the medic. The overcharge rate of the quick fix has been decreased from 25% to 15%, and the overdose received a buff granting a 20% speed buff and a negative 15% damage penalty. Valve also addressed the issue of dropped mediguns with full Uber, which will now decay in charge rate at a rate of 10 per second. Demoman's Wii booties were changed to only apply the increased move speed passive when equipped with the shield. However, the added HP will still remain. The Iron Bomber's fuse time was shortened from 2 seconds to 1.4 and the Quickie Bomb launcher received substantial changes. Stickies now charge faster and do more damage, as well as no fizzling out after 4 seconds on the ground. The clip penalty has been increased and now only 4 stickies can be loaded at a time. For the engineer, level 1 teleporters now only cost 50 metal, which is reduced to 25 when using the Eureka effect. The Eureka effect's penalty when receiving metal from dispensers has been lowered to 20% from 50%. So far it seems that the medic's move speed change will have the most impact on League play. But with the Quickie Bomb whitelisted in ETF2L in the season partway through playoffs, admins must make a decision on the updated weapons. There are some other news around the update that we didn't cover too much in detail, so check the description to see out the rest of the changes. Before we close out of the episode, we'd like to give a warm send-off to the one and only Sideshow, who announced that he will no longer be able to dedicate his time towards TF2 due to changes with his living situation and his own personal career. He will still be attending I-58, so give him your regards if you're able to attend. Sideshow had contributed a notable amount to the competitive community, and we wish him the best of luck and hope to see him dribbling on stream not too far into the future. That'll just about do it for episode 34. Thank you for watching the Backcap, and remember to follow us on Twitter at BackcapTeam for TF2 news hot off the digital presses. This is Funk signing off. I'm really happy that I got to host this episode, because 34 is my favorite number, and my favorite rule. See you later!